John 19, 26 and 27. When Jesus therefore saw his mother and the disciples standing by whom he loved, he saith unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son. Verse 27. And then he saith to the disciple, Behold thy mother. From that hour that disciple took her unto his home. You may be seated. It was a wonderful 5-spot done this morning and a wonderful message this morning, and I'm going to be re-hitting on a lot of the stuff they've said this morning, but I felt that it was just, even though normally on a night, I'll probably change the subject a little bit, but I just wanted to continue the Mother's Day thing. I felt like I needed to talk about it a little bit more. And Pastor this morning kind of ended where I'm starting, where it was talking about Jesus was on the cross, and Jesus spoke 7 times while he was on the cross. His first word was a prayer to God. So again, being the leader of his home and the world, of course, he started with prayer towards God. He didn't start talking to his family, didn't start talking to his friends. He started with God first. That was the first thing he said as he was on the cross. He was asking him for forgiveness for his enemies, and his second word was a promise to the dying thief. His third word was to his mother and to John, the beloved disciple. To his mother, he says, Behold thy son, as we read. And to John, he said, Behold thy mother. Now let us picture the scene for a moment. There was 3 crosses standing on Calvary's Hill. Jesus, the Son of God, hangs on the center cross. The mob is yelling. Soldiers are gambling. The religious leaders are rejoicing. And Jesus looks down and sees his mother and standing near his cross, weeping, crying, just not being able to process what's happening, most likely to her son. By her side is the disciple John. Jesus now lifts his voice and says to his mother, Woman, look at John, for now he will be your son. And then he spoke to John, saying, She is to be your mother from this time on. John took Mary to his own home, and Jesus lived a full life, but he wouldn't die without leaving anything undone. Now, I know 33 years isn't a full life in today's time, but back then it was somewhat of a full life. But the thing is that even on his dying bed, so to say, he still wanted to make sure matters were attended to, that he left nothing, no rock was unturned. He even handled the things that didn't seem that important to maybe what was happening at the moment, but he wanted to make sure everything was promised was taken care of. He arranged for his mother's future, even though he didn't have one very long himself. Here we see Jesus setting a wonderful example. When God gave the 10 Commandments, he gave us instructions on how we should feel and act towards our parents. In Exodus 20:12, it says, Honor thy father and thy mother, and thy days may be long upon the land which thy Lord God giveth thee. Again, we read his answer in Ephesians 6:1 and 2, Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father, thy mother, which is the first commandment with promise. It was a promise, one of the first commandments to mention it. So even in the darkest hour of his life, Jesus stopped long enough to do the right thing concerning his mother. Even while he was on the cross, bearing the weight of the sins of the world upon his shoulders, he takes time to make sure his mother's taken care of. And that to me is love, that you're willing to literally stop the pain and agony of whatever you're going through to make sure your family's taken care of. Now that's a man to me. His mother will be taken care of, as I said, and as he's dealing with these eternal matters. But as a man, he's showing all of us today how important it is to take care of and honor your mother. So I had a few key points I want to hit as I'm wrapping this up. Give your mother affirmation. You may think I don't have to tell her I love her. You may think she knows I love her. I don't have to say that. She knows it. I may show it with my actions, but they still need to hear it. They still want to hear it from your mouth. Okay, I know actions prove louder than words sometimes, but the words still matter. So give her the affirmation she needs. Give your mother affection. Now, I'm not the most affectionate person in the world or emotional, but I do want to make sure she knows that I love her for all that she's done for me. So I give her the hugs. I give her the kiss on the cheek goodbye. I do all that, and as you should as well, as you're, talking to your mother. Give her the affection that she's so desires. She brought you in this world, hugging you and kissing you. You should repay that back. Give her Give your mother acknowledgement. Now, how many things did our mothers do for us growing up that were never acknowledged? Think about it. How many things did she cook for you? How many meals did she cook for you? I don't care if it's a microwave meal. That's cooking. I'm not saying my mom did that. I'm just saying that's still cooking, okay? That's still something you didn't have to do. How many times did she clean up after you? How many times did she work around your schedule to give you what you needed, getting you to doctor's appointments, to sports maybe, appointments, whatever it is? She took the time to put your needs first. Acknowledge that. Let her know that I remember that. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate that. Give her attention. Moms have a sympathetic ear for us. She hears all the stuff we complain and whine and cry about, trying to give you good advice. Every once in a while, just let her talk. You don't have to always be the one talking. You don't have to always be the one calling your mom for something. Just call her and ask her how she's doing. Ask her what her day's like. Ask her what's going on. And then the final thing I want to mention is just give her appreciation. Show her that you appreciate her, that you're thankful for everything she's done for you, taught for you, cared for you, and watched over you all those years. So in conclusion, church, let us not forget that the world tells us to honor our mothers, that the Word and the world should include that. The world should tell you to honor your mothers, but the Word exclusively says it in the 10 Commandments. Let us make sure we take time to apply these key points to our mother and honor them for all they have done for us. Be blessed.